Join me as I dive into the craziest news stories of 2014 and try to guess which ones are real and which ones are total fabrications. 2014 was a year that saw its fair share of shocking, bizarre, and downright unbelievable news stories that left us all scratching our heads. And in this video, we're going to count down some of the wildest ones that made headlines. When we think about news, we often think of serious, hard-hitting journalism, but the reality is that sometimes the most attention-grabbing stories are the ones that seem too crazy to be true. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. The kind of stories that make you question what's real and what's just a wild fabrication. It's a phenomenon that challenges our perceptions of reality and forces us to confront the stranger-than-fiction nature of our world. In a year that was already marked by its fair share of conflict, political upheaval, and social unrest, these wild news stories added an extra layer of complexity to our understanding of the world. They're a reminder that no matter how hard we try to make sense of things, there's always going to be something that comes out of left field and blows our minds. Whether it's a bizarre crime, a freak accident, or just a plain old weird news story, these kinds of events have a way of captivating our attention and making us wonder what's going on in this crazy world of ours. As we delve into these stories, I want you to keep an open mind and remember that sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. The lines between reality and fantasy get blurred, and what seems impossible suddenly becomes possible. So buckle up, folks, and get ready to have your mind blown by some of the wildest news stories of 2014. Let's start with the story of the woman who tried to trade her McDonald's burgers for sex. Yeah, you read that right. A woman in Oregon tried to prostitute herself for a few burgers, and it's a story that's both disturbing and hilarious at the same time. The best part? She got caught and the whole thing became a national sensation. In Florida, a man was arrested for wearing a "I'm with stupid" t-shirt to a police station and pointing to his own head. I mean, come on, who does that? It's a story that's equal parts ridiculous and disturbing, and it's a great example of how some people just shouldn't be allowed out in public. And then there was the story of the Chinese man who tried to pay for his McDonald's meal with a suitcase full of cash. The only problem was that the cash was all counterfeit, and the guy ended up getting arrested. It's a story that's just wild enough to be believable, but still raises so many questions about what was going through this guy's mind. But of all the wild news stories from 2014, there's one that stands out as the most outrageous, the most unbelievable, and the most mind-blowing. It's the story of the guy who faked his own death to avoid going to court. Yeah, you read that right. A man in California faked his own death to get out of a court date, and it's a story that's just so incredible. You'll have to hear it to believe it. So there you have it, some of the wildest news stories of 2014. From bizarre crimes to freak accidents, these stories reveal a side of humanity that's both fascinating and disturbing. They're a reminder that no matter how hard we try to make sense of things, there's always going to be something that comes out of left field and blows our minds. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've got a favorite wild news story from 2014, drop it in the comments below. And if you want more crazy stories like these, be sure to check out my other videos for more intriguing content. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.